Our generation has just witnessed the biggest shift in workplace behavior since the Industrial Revolution. You see, back then you had factories. Factories had tools, and you had to go visit the factory to get the work done. And you had to be monitored by people for a certain amount of time to see that you are productive. But this has changed. Thankfully, now the employers have understood that you don't need to monitor them 24/7. You can be trusted to do the work from anywhere. And the biggest shift is that employees have now understood that they do not have to spend a significant amount of their time to travel and show that they are productive at work. Now, this has been quite evident because all these big startups have given the choice to the employees how they want to work and where they want to work. But do understand, these companies have been successful before COVID. They have a lot of resources, their processes are set, they have structured teams. But what about startups? We jump the cliff and then we figure out, okay, how do we fly? So we do not have that amount of resources, we do not have set processes, and everything is an experiment. So how can we win this remote working environment or create a workplace where we can bring a more productive workforce? To answer that question, you don't need to look far. There's a company called Hopin. They scaled the company to more than 800 people, and understand this, from 44 different countries, and they have 100% remote workforce. And they're pretty good at it. If you go to their Glassdoor, they're even better than the best names available. So how are they doing it? And why am I talking about this? You see, I founded a company in the lockdown. And guess what? We are building software for the world. My co-founder is 8,000 kilometers away in Bangalore, and my team is spread across, again, big country like India. And I am based out of London, and the future which I see for my company is the ability to hire from everywhere, or anywhere. So there is talent anywhere. Imagine you do not have regional boundaries, you do not have countries as boundaries, it's borderless. You can hire from anywhere. And this can be done using three things, which as a personal experience I found that these are the three things which as a founder you can control and you can improvise. First, communication. So you will find hundreds of articles, thousands of YouTube videos, and if you go to TikTok, every day somebody is talking about something. But I didn't have time for all this. So I went to Google and searched, how do astronauts communicate? You see, if they could figure it out outside the orbit, we can do it here itself, isn't it? I came across a term called Capcom. So Capcom is a communication bridge between the control center here and the spaceship. They filter out all the communication which is happening. And if we can learn from how these Capcom can operate, we can actually do the same in our startups as well. We found these three things which make Capcom very successful. First, keep simple, meaningful conversation. What that means is you keep your vision and the clarity of what you started as a company intact. And it stays as you grow from 10 people to 100 people to 1,000 people. Second, most important, You will all come across later in your life that when customers ask for something, when it goes to product team, then it goes to development team, the entire story changes as it goes down. You do not know what they actually ask for. So if you can, and in virtual situation, it becomes even more challenging. So what you can do is, if you have a process set where the message do not lose its entirety as it moves down. Third, and most importantly, is each member in the mission, they know what their task and responsibility is. So in a startup, even if you have 10 people or 100 people, if you can communicate that, okay, this is your job, this is what you're answerable for, you can create a very, very nice communication channel for all your team members. This is more important, culture. Why is it important? Because it seeps through your brand and how your company's customer talk to each other. So if you do not have a good culture, you're not doing a good work. So it's very difficult when you create a culture virtually, because you do not have the physical thing which we have, talking to each other, knowing each other's personality. How you can create this is the sense of we greater than me. As founders, you have to understand that company, you win as a team, you take failures as a team. And when you let go that ego, you create a trust and transparent organization. And with trust and transparency, what happens? Your main mission, which is solving customer problems, take the center stage. You do not go into politics. Ego is over. Trust and transparency. Perks. So most of you will be thinking perks. Okay, first thing comes in your mind is Google, all these swanky offices. And this guy, I don't know what he's doing in the second, some weird yoga pose, but this is most comfortable way of working in an office environment. You have good food, you have the best, favorite t-shirt or jeans to wear at work. But virtually, this has changed. You are probably in your best possible attire, that is your sweatshirt and jeans at home. You have the best food at tap of your button, you don't need this. And third and most important, if you need a break, you just lie down in your bed, your own comfy bed. So these are not the perks people are looking for now. You have to get creative. Most of the startups are going for equity share. This is making you partner in the firm. Why? Because as the company grows, you also grow in wealth. Secondly, there have been various innovative ways. Some are telling no fixed holidays, choose your own 22, 23 calendar days. That gives them the independence to choose when they want their holidays. Secondly, most of pet parents are never included in the pet insurance policy. Many startups are giving the new pet parents pet insurance. And most importantly, the companies who really care, they are giving mental health care also. And there are very few startups like this one, who gives the opportunity to invest your salary back to the company you're working for. So you become the investor in that company. And not to forget, give them the best tools possible to do their work. On your right, you will see these pods. I think in the future, you will see more of these pods coming in your co-working spaces, in your living room. This will be your private console, your private spaceship to do your own work. And just to sum up, to create the next generation of successful companies, you need to have a successful remote working strategy. And for that, always remember, communicate well like an astronaut, build a culture, not an ego, and most importantly, be creative with the perks. For us, we offer the best brews to our employees, and we make sure that we share a pint often. So thank you, and good luck